Throughout history, certain events and entities have perplexed and terrified people, falling far outside the realm of the explainable. These mysteries, often laced with supernatural elements, tap into the deep-seated human fear of the unknown. From strange apparitions to malevolent spirits, these stories have endured in our collective imagination, haunting generations. So sit down, grab yourself a mocha, as we go through the top 5 supernatural mysteries of the world that turned into urban legends. The legend of the black-eyed children is one of the most unsettling paranormal phenomena to emerge in recent decades. Described as pale children with completely black eyes, these entities reportedly appear at people's doors or cars asking to be let in. Witnesses who encounter them often report an overwhelming sense of dread and unease, as though their very presence is a harbinger of something evil. The phenomenon became widely known in the late 1990s after journalist Brian Bethel's account of a personal encounter went viral. What makes the black-eyed children so terrifying is the combination of their innocent appearance and unnatural features. Theories emerged about their origins. Some suggest they're vampires, demons, or even alien-human hybrids. However, no concrete evidence has ever been found, and those who claim to have seen them remain haunted by the experience. Their presence, always accompanied by an inexplicable fear, suggests something beyond the normal realm of human understanding, tapping into primal fears of malevolent forces disguised as something familiar. While tabloid coverage of these creatures have claimed that tales of black-eyed children have existed since the 1980s, most sources indicate that the legend originated from the 1996 postings written by Texas reporter Brian Bethel on a ghost-related mailing list, relating 2 alleged encounters with black-eyed kids. Bethel describes encountering 2 such children in Abilene, Texas in 1996, and claims that a second person had a similar, unrelated encounter in Portland, Oregon. Bethel's stories have become regarded as classic examples of creepypasta and gained such popularity that he published an FAQ just to keep up with demand for more info about the new urban legend. In 2012, Brian Bethel told his story on reality TV series Monsters and Mysteries in America. He wrote a follow-up article for the Abilene Reporter News describing his experience and maintaining his belief that it was legitimate. The Winchester Mystery House, located in San Jose, California, is a labyrinth of hallways, doors, and staircases that lead to nowhere. This bizarre architectural feat was the obsession of Sarah Winchester, widow of the firearms magnate William Wirt Winchester. After her husband's death in 1881, Sarah Winchester inherited the Winchester fortune, but she became convinced that she was being haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. To appease these spirits, she continuously built and rebuilt her mansion, never stopping construction for 38 years after a spiritualist told her that that would be the only way to appease them. The house is riddled with strange design choices that seem to defy logic, such as stairs leading into ceilings and windows overlooking other rooms. Sarah Winchester believed these confusing elements would protect her from vengeful spirits. The house has since become a popular tourist attraction, with many claiming it remains haunted by ghosts, particularly that of Sarah herself. Whether or not the spirits ever existed, the house's unsettling design and eerie atmosphere make it one of the most iconic and supernatural mysteries in the world. The Bell Witch haunting is one of the most infamous cases of paranormal activity in American history, dating back to the early 19th century. The Bell family of Adams, Tennessee, claimed they were tormented by a malevolent spirit known as the Bell Witch. This entity was said to possess the ability to speak, move objects, and even physically assault the family. It reportedly interacted with visitors and would often make chilling predictions. The Bell Witch became so notorious that even Andrew Jackson, who would later become the US president, reportedly visited the Bell farm to witness the phenomenon. The spirit's activity intensified, leading to the death of the family patriarch, John Bell. The Bell Witch claimed responsibility for his demise, allegedly poisoning him. The origin of the entity is shrouded in mystery, with some believing it was the ghost of a neighbor who had cursed the family, while others suggest it was a poltergeist or demon. To this day, the Bell Witch remains an enduring supernatural legend, with the hauntings details still captivating ghost hunters and skeptics alike. As one of the most documented cases of a haunting in American history, most people have heard the story of the Bell Witch. Not only is it the most widely documented paranormal event, the case of the Bell Witch is also the only time a death has been officially attributed to a supernatural entity. In the late 1960s, residents of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, reported sightings of a strange creature with glowing red eyes and large wings. Dubbed the Mothman, this cryptid was often associated with feelings of impending doom. Dozens of people reported seeing the Mothman in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1967. Some say the Mothman was 6 to 7 feet tall, had a muscular body covered in dark greyish fur, and could fly at high speeds. Some sightings are thought to have foreshadowed the 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge, which killed 46 people. Many believed the Mothman's presence was an omen of the disaster. Around the same time of this tragic event, there were reports of other supernatural phenomena that were never investigated. There were complaints of lights not working, televisions acting wonky, a constant buzzing in the air, animals barking at nothing, and strange men in large black trench coats roaming the streets. Theories about the Mothman range from the rational to the supernatural. Some suggest it is a previously undiscovered species of bird or a mutant, while others believe it is an interdimensional being or even an extraterrestrial. The association between the Mothman and the Silver Bridge disaster led to a surge in folklore about this strange creature, cementing its status as one of the most famous cryptid mysteries in American history. Whether a physical entity or a psychological manifestation of fear, the Mothman continues to haunt the town of Point Pleasant and the imaginations of those fascinated by the paranormal. This mystery brings us to Japan and centers around a bizarre incident that took place at Haneda Airport in Tokyo in 1954. The story begins when a man disembarked from a flight arriving from Europe, presenting himself to custom officials. He carried a passport from a country called Taured, a place that seemed entirely fictional to the officials. When questioned, the man claimed that Taured was a real country located between France and Spain. He even expressed confusion and frustration when airport personnel showed him a map that failed to identify Taured. Instead, it displayed the Principality of Andorra in the same location. Despite his well-dressed appearance and fluency in multiple languages, officials were unsure whether he was lying, mentally unstable, or part of a complex scam. In an effort to further investigate the unusual situation, the authorities detained him in a secure hotel room for the night. Guards were stationed outside to prevent any potential escape. However, the following morning, the man had vanished without a trace. His belongings, including the mysterious passport, had also disappeared. The room showed no signs of disturbance, and the guards reported that they had not seen anyone leave. This perplexing incident raises numerous questions. How could a man simply disappear from a guarded room without leaving any evidence behind? Theories about the man's origins have run rampant, with some suggesting he came from parallel universe or alternate dimension where Taured is an actual country. Others pose that he could have been a time traveler who accidentally crossed into a different timeline, inadvertently landing in a world where his homeland does not exist. Skeptics of the story argue that it could be a hoax or an administrative error that spiraled out of control. Yet, despite the lack of concrete evidence to support either side, the story continues to captivate the imagination. The Man from Taured remains an unsolved mystery, blending real-world experiences with supernatural elements that defy logical explanation, leaving us to wonder about the boundaries of reality and the existence of alternate worlds. That is all for the top 5 supernatural mysteries that became urban legends. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified on my next video, and like the video if you really did like the video. Also comment down below your thoughts on these mysteries and any others you would like me to look into. It could be my next one.